Have you ever opened your phone for one quick check and somehow lost 20 minutes? You were not planning to scroll that long. You were not even looking for anything specific, but one swipe became another, then another. And the strange part is, most of the posts were not even that interesting. So why did your brain keep going? The answer is not just that you lack discipline. The deeper reason is that scrolling gives your brain a tiny promise. The next swipe might be better, the next post might be funny, the next video might be useful, the next update might make you feel less bored, less tired, less lonely, or less behind. That is what makes scrolling powerful. It is not only entertainment, it is a search for a better feeling. Most scrolling does not begin with a clear decision. You check one notification, you open one app, you look at one post, and before your brain has fully decided what it is doing, the loop has already started. Starting is easy. Stopping is the hard part. A book has chapters, a movie has scenes. A TV episode ends, but a feed does not naturally end. There is always another post, another video, another comment, another thing to check. And when there is no natural stopping point, your brain has to create the stopping point by itself. That is harder than it sounds, because every swipe carries a small question. What if the next one is better? This is called a variable reward pattern. That means the reward is not predictable. Sometimes the next post is boring, sometimes it is funny, sometimes it is useful, sometimes it makes you angry. Your brain does not know what is coming next, and that uncertainty keeps the loop alive. Not because every swipe is good, but because the next one could be. That is why scrolling can feel strangely empty and still hard to stop. You may not be enjoying every second, but your brain keeps chasing the possibility that the next second will feel better. This is also why scrolling becomes stronger when you are tired. When your brain is fresh, it can pause and ask better questions. Do I actually want this? How long have I been here? Is this helping me? But when you are tired, bored, stressed, or mentally drained, your brain wants the easiest available relief. Scrolling is easy relief. It does not ask you to plan. It does not ask you to think deeply. It does not ask you to start a difficult task. It simply says, swipe again. And that is why short breaks can become lost time. The original goal may have been harmless. You just wanted a small reset. But the reset became another loop. There is another hidden layer. Scrolling is not only about content, it is often about escape from the current moment. You may not be looking for a specific video, you may be looking for a different state of mind. This is why stopping can feel uncomfortable. When you stop scrolling, the original feeling comes back. The task is still there. The boredom is still there. The stress is still there. The silence is still there. So your brain says, just one more. Not because one more scroll is meaningful, but because stopping means returning to the feeling you were trying to avoid. Apps also make stopping harder by removing friction. Autoplay removes the decision. Infinite scroll removes the ending. Notifications pull you back. Recommendations guess what might keep you there. Everything is designed to reduce the moment where you might ask, do I still want to be doing this? That question is dangerous for the loop, because once you ask it, you become aware again, and awareness breaks automatic behavior. The best way to handle scrolling is not to shame yourself. Shame usually does not help. The better approach is to notice the moment before the loop takes over. Ask yourself, what am I hoping the next swipe will give me? Am I actually enjoying this, or am I avoiding something? Would I choose to spend the next 20 minutes here on purpose? Those questions do not force you to stop. They simply bring the decision back, and that is the key. Scrolling becomes easier to control when it becomes a decision again. Not an automatic search for relief, not a silent response to boredom, not a loop that starts before you notice. A decision. You can still enjoy your phone. You can still watch videos. You can still take breaks. The goal is not to hate scrolling. The goal is to understand why one more swipe can feel so powerful. Because most of the time your brain is not just chasing content, it is chasing the feeling that the next swipe might change something.